I'm Enigma and I'm a qualified body language analyst and proud investigator, and today I'm going to be reacting to perhaps the most famous scene from any film in history. So, let's take a look. So what we're seeing here from Captain Miller is what's known as psychogenic tremors. The involuntary shaking of the hands is a physical manifestation of extreme stress, due to his defense mechanism having become triggered. He knows that he's in extreme danger, and his brain releases adrenaline. But the problem is, this response is designed for fighting or running, not for dodging bullets, or firing a weapon. It's a leftover survival mechanism from our evolutionary past. So the vomiting we're seeing here is actually a very important detail. The soldiers do this as their sympathetic nervous system restricts blood flow to the digestive system. They vomit to get rid of the food because storing it without being processed would be dangerous. The lining of the stomach is very sensitive to oxygen depletion and could become hypoxic. It's also why some people vomit when doing heavy exercise. There just isn't enough oxygen for everything. So the actors here are perfectly depicting a realistic stress response. We see extreme facial tension as well as increased respiration rates, which are all indicative of the defense mechanism being triggered. Captain Miller is in the freeze response here. When the brain encounters an immediate threat, it decides on a response. And these responses are fight, flight, and freeze, with freeze being the most common. His brain reduces his movement in order to avoid sensory cues that may attract attention. And this mechanism actually does help him here. Movement is by far the biggest giveaway of location. We typically go into this response as the brain buys us time to decide which course of action to take, which is exactly what's going on here. He's making sense of the situation. As his brain leaves the freeze response, his respiration rate dramatically increases, filling him with the oxygen he needs to defend himself.
I said, what the hell do we do now, sir? Get Miller! Get Miller! Strike it harder! Move your men up the beach! Down!
He again experiences the freeze response here, processing the soldier's death. Private Jackson experiences the freeze response here, and we see him try to gain composure by emotionally regulating himself. He does a lip press and then adjusts his hand. This occurs after the brain experiences stress-induced tremors, and he moves his hand to check his motor function is still working.
Fellas, yes sir. Rear bayonet.
Captain Miller tenses his jaw here as he's assembling the mirror. This is because he's attempting to perform higher cognitive function whilst his stress response is highly active. As a result, he has to concentrate harder, and this tension acts as a physical anchor to stay mentally focused.
Jackson. Sir. You see that impact crater? Yes, sir. That should give you complete defilade from that machine gun position. Get in there and give me some fire discipline. Wait for my command.
It's extremely brief, but we see Private Jackson do a long exhale when he's about to move toward the machine gun nest. This is a method of emotional regulation, which activates the parasympathetic nervous system. This counteracts the fight or flight response, allowing for better motor control and clarity.
From me, O Lord.
We see this soldier pacifying overtly, constantly rubbing his hands together holding the cross, again as a method of reducing his physiological arousal.
All my strength, haste thee to help me.
Sugar Charlie 3, say again, Dog 1 is open. Send in the dozer. I'm waiting here to tie in my flanks. Open.
Sergeant Horvath is doing rapid eye movement here, as well as rapid blinking. During extreme stress, the sympathetic nervous system heightens alertness, causing the eyes to scan around quickly to assess the environment. The rapid blinking helps lubricate the eyes, ensuring clear vision.
What? What? I'm sorry, I can't understand what you're saying.
Overall, this scene is hyper-realistic in regard to the non-verbals, and they absolutely nail the acting here. It's an extremely grim scene, and it's made so much more real by the realistic depiction of the non-verbals. It's perhaps the most realistic acting that I've ever seen.